Now, after I recovered fully again, I was sent back, and this time it was for the Battle of Arras. In all my experiences of the war, I only went over the top of the trenches once, and that was in the Second Battle of Arras. Well, there we were at Arras, waiting for the big battle. We'd been shelling the German lines all night, and this officer came along and said that we had to write a letter home, and that we could say anything we wanted except that we were going into battle. Mine was just an ordinary letter saying things like, well, I'm getting on all right, and I'm getting plenty of food, and I'm nice and comfy. You never wrote that you were going into battle and that you were frightened to death. You just wrote cheerful things. Now, after a while, we moved down to the main trenches, and this officer came along and gave us an hot mug of tea, which was half filled with rum. Oh, blimey, it made you feel beautiful. Gave you a glow of confidence. You weren't drunk or anything, but you had the feeling that whatever would be, would be. Now, I had that feeling the first time I got wounded, just before, and it stayed with me all the way through, and I was never frightened after that. Well, I had a touch of terror now and again, but never frightened. After a while, this officer came up to me in this kiddie I palled up with and said that he wanted me to man the machine gun. I said, I don't know nothing about no machine gun. He said, oh, well, that doesn't matter, you can carry the ammunition then. And that were it. The whistles went, and over the top we went. Now, you went over the top in battle just the same, with the shells exploding round you, just the same as you did in training. You didn't turn to one another and say, I ain't going. You just took it automatic. We'd only gone about 50 yards when, blimey, down my mate went. He were dead. And then the chap that was carrying the tripod, down he went as well. I carried on and scrambled through the German barbed wire, and I got to the other side, and I couldn't see anybody, but there must have been others there, but I couldn't see anyone. Well, I came to the German front line trench, and I was surprised there was nobody in it. So I jumped over it and made my way towards the second line trench. Well, I got to within about half a dozen yards of this, and this German pops up. Now, he hadn't got a gun, but he'd got a shovel, and he blooming well chucks his shovel at me. Well, I ducked and dodged out of the way, and as I ducked, I let go a shot from me gun. Now, you know, I was only half a dozen yards away, and I was a first-class shot, and they were powerful rifles. But I missed. He scrambles out of the back of the trench. Well, that gave me a bit of time then. I took steady aim, shot him straight through the middle of the back. Down he went. Well, no sooner had I done that than I get a tap on the shoulder, and there's this British officer there, and he says to me, good shot. Oh, wow, I thought. He wouldn't have thought I was a good shot if he'd seen the first one I let go now, would he? Now, you know, I always remember that chap. I can't see anything hellishly prayed about what I'd done. If he'd put his hands up and surrendered, I couldn't have shot him. I know I couldn't.